There we are. Welcome, everyone. It's working, and please, today, for the first time ever, enjoy a good quality webcam. Jeez, it's installed. It's nice. This is HD. It is just like on the left of my screen. So this is my trading window. That's my second screen. But yeah, I got it up and running. I gotta say, this morning with the banger, with the Bitcoin update, the webcam, it's a 4K one. And it caused a delay while recording between the sound and my movements. But I'm just testing now. I'm moving around and everything looks good. Test. So nice. Very, very nice. So that being said, today, of course, we're going to cover Elliott waves, not only on Bitcoin, as in the past couple of days, past week. We're gonna cover some alts, whatever is requested later. First we do Bitcoin, then comes the rest. And yeah, and then we have chatting and Q&A. And also, man, I gotta say, our house looks like a Amazon distribution center. Distribution, yeah. Distribution center, because of all the stuff that's arriving. And I have two additional things I like to show. Well, actually three. One, and this arrived today, and I'm actually pretty excited about it, which is, oh, that's the QR code, Streamer X. Don't actually know what you can do with the QR here, but Streamer X, because I need this for my new microphone. So got this one today. Then we also got that. Guys, quality is going up. It's going up. And we got a prompter, because there's also going to be a new style of video on the channel, and I need a prompter for that. I can't do it without a prompter. It's I don't need prompters or auto cue for Bitcoin updates and live streams, but I do need it for the new type of content that we're gonna have on the channel later once I install everything. And yeah, that's why I need the prompter, so I can put the text on. And that's for talking head videos and talking head shorts, so I don't have to study the text and then try to remember it, you know what I mean? Instead, we just got the prompter. So yeah, I've got some stuff coming in. I also got the lights already. I showed it earlier, but I need to close it. So you can see that here behind me, it's a bit more yellow. So I do have some lights. The color, I can change the color, but this is just basic. Need to install the app. Got a new phone as well. So I'm trying to figure out, and it's the first time I go to iPhone now. So I'm trying to figure out how it works, which takes time. So yesterday I spent a lot of time trying to move things from Android to iOS. And then today I've been going through the whole settings. And then later today, I need to watch some videos on how to optimize the iPhone environment for productivity, which also will teach me some of the gimmicky stuff. So yeah, good times. Welcome everyone. Jeffrey, Guile, Christian, what's up? Elliott Trade, Seriga, welcome. Marco, by the way, Marco Memard, welcome. You have been gifted by the ever so what's the name of the thing I'm looking for? Google Translate. whatever. The always amazing, maybe a band-aid. Make sure to fill in the link that maybe a band-aid sent here as well. And we will get you sorted to bump you up to the silver membership. So welcome. And Ben, what's up? Yako Samith, welcome. How you doing, Samith? How's the alts? I follow everything in gold. Right? I always have it on my screen. I currently have gold open on my screen as well. And I always keep an eye on what you guys are saying there. Hi, I have a doubt. Can you answer it? If you ask me the question, then I might be able to answer it. Upgrading the setup. Yes, absolutely. What's up, Hamza? Hamza. I've seen your email, your response. I haven't yet opened the email, so that will come. But yeah, just FYI. And thanks to Hamza, by the way, everyone. I'll make a post about it on Instagram. My wife and I were able to go to Hans Zimmer in Nice here, and we had an amazing time. So I'll make sure to upload something about that on my Instagram later. Paramid, welcome. That was anticlimactic. Yeah, I know. I wanted to say like the ever so gulle, maybe a band-aid, but I don't know what the English word is, and translate doesn't really do it. Like the ever so kind, ever so gift or whatever. Ace, Edgaras, welcome. So let us start with the analysis on Bitcoin, and then we're going to move to the alts, right? Actually, like we know the weekly, right? We know the weekly. Probably most of you know the higher time frames by now, right? Nothing really changes too much. Of course, the, like, I suppose lower time frame is where confusion can happen due to the sideways price action. But let's get rid of that confusion and use Elliott waves to our advantage. Why do people call him Koen? That's my name. So my actual name is Koen. And my nickname is Koens. Yeah. And that comes from my gaming background, my gaming and esports background. If you no, it's not Koens. No, Koen is my real name. But Koens the Z has a reason, right? So the Z has a reason, and I'm actually still used to looking at the webcam of my laptop instead of the actual new webcam. But the Z has a reason, and if you would, I think even if you ChatGPT it, I'm not sure if I'm big enough in the gaming and esports space for ChatGPT to pick me up. But you might even be able to figure out why I have the Z by asking ChatGPT, or just Google it. And if you Google for Koens, you'll see, you know, stuff about my history and where I come from, which will, you know, tell you why I have Koens as a name. For alts, we suggest in chat, yes. But later, not now. So what I don't want to do once we go into the alts, I don't really want to scroll all the way up to try and find the first alt that was mentioned. So what I'll do is once I'm finished with Bitcoin, I just look at chat. First thing I see, pop it up on the chart. Yeah. Good question, by the way, by Rahul. When you analyze Bitcoin, there are 2 or 3 or more probabilities. So how you approach them? So there's only one scenario that is the highest probability, or there is only one direction with the highest probability, right? Now, sometimes there's going to be different scenarios, but the short-term price action is the same, and that's what you trade. Or when you have identified one particular highest probability scenario, then that's the one that's going to be traded from an Elliott wave point of view. Now, let me show you an example. So we are looking here for a wave 4. The target area for your 4 support is this blue box in combination with the 382, 236, right? Now, invalidation for a wave 4 is down here. If you are a swing trader or more like an investor and you're looking for a wave 4, then it's natural to fill some of your bags once the target area is hit, and then have your stop loss somewhere below here, like below the range, no? So the moment you move into the blue box, you can have something like this going on, right? Because that's your highest probability Elliott wave scenario, right? Your invalidation is 618, but moving below this range would not be very, very good, right? So you might want to reassess, which then is the reason for a little bit of a higher stop loss, gets a little bit of a better risk to reward ratio. Now, locally, on the 1 hour, as an example, according to the analysis that we did on Tuesday as well as on Monday, we were looking for price to hit this support and get a bounce because the probabilities were highest to continue ranging and not for price to drop. If we lose this support, yeah, then we're looking for lower. But the probabilities were higher for price to continue the range, right? Now, price moved to the downside, touched support, and then moved to the upside with some bullish CVDs. So the confluence of the highest probability scenarios was finding support. And then again, that is something that can be traded. We actually just missed out on hitting my blue box above here. But the reason I saw this later is we have a value, well, wait 1 second. We have the value area high of this range here that we touched, which wasn't part of my blue box. So missed out. I had a short at the box. One of the few times I actually limit stuff, but you know, it didn't trigger. Shit. But yeah. Anyway, so how to trade Elliott waves, right? You analyze the different scenarios. Well, I really need to get used to looking at the main webcam. So you analyze the chart. Now, let me do step 1 and then eventually get to the analysis, right? So step 1, study the theory. Step 2, implementation, right? Once you're at a high enough skill level in Elliott waves, you'll be able to give your scenarios probabilities. Your highest probability is always the scenario that you aim to trade. If there is not one scenario that has the highest probability, but you do have a direction that has the highest probability, like this high is likely to be taken earlier than this low because of the scenarios in play, then that can be traded. You might not know the exact scenario, and as price gives you new information, scenarios may change, right? But you can still trade in the correct direction, and that is what's going to make you grab your profit. No, so if based on your analysis you have short-term, if based on your analysis there's scenarios that have a short-term similar price action, then that's what you trade. You know what I mean? And if you identify extra areas of support or resistance on your chart, then these can pinpoint potential entry areas, right? Because sometimes Elliott waves can give quite a big zone, right? A zone of interest. And you don't want to have a stop loss that is way too far because you're not going to have a great risk to reward ratio. So instead, you can use your own identified support resistance areas to then use for potential setups, depending on what you're looking for. So there you go. That is how you trade Elliott wave. So either highest probability scenario, or number 2 is if you cannot pick one scenario, then observe your scenarios and trade in the direction of the probabilities being higher of moving up or down, right? So you can have, for example, 3 scenarios moving up, 1 scenario moving down. Probabilities in that case might be higher in your analysis to take out the high first before the low first, and then you trade up. Once the high is taken, you got to risk manage because now you don't know which of the 3 scenarios might play out. But depending on new price action and new information, you can adjust your position and manage your position accordingly, right? Elliott wave trading on the lower time frames is a lot of management because of new information coming in. Right? Okay, so cool. I gotta get to the analysis, else Jana We're going to be chatting and Q&A for the whole stream, which I don't have a problem with, but other people may have. They are here for the analysis. Okay. Fixed range volume profile as an Elliott wave companion. I do have a video about volume profile on my channel. It's in the educational playlist. Not necessarily combined with Elliott waves, but it's just an area of support resistance for me. Okay, let's start. On the daily time frame, we are looking still for a wave 4. And this is not going to change until we move all the way down below this blue box first of all. And then, of course, once you get to 83, that would be a problem. But at the moment, from an Elliott wave point of view, the probabilities are highest to look for 4 and 5. The reason being that the latest move to the upside was supported by the highest amount of volume in this local trend to the upside. And that is exactly what you like to see in a wave 3. Right? So preferably we label this move to the upside as a wave 3, and then we look for 4s and 5s, and that is exactly what we're doing. So in this case, price has touched the minimum price target, right? The 0.23692K. It hit the blue box. It also now respected the most common time target for a wave 4, which is ending at least after the 1-to-1. It doesn't mean we need another low on the chart, but at least based on the local structures, the probabilities are higher that what's happening here is also still corrective part of a wave 4. So therefore, good to see. Therefore, that was not a pun intended. Then we go to the 1 hour time frame. And I actually added another folder compared to the morning analysis. Wish you all the best. You're great. Thanks, WXYXZ. Nice name. Very rare. Never preferred unless everything else fails. Wish you all the best, man. Have a good day. Have a good day. So on the 1 hour time frame, a couple of scenarios. Now, the longer we go sideways here, right, the more messy it becomes, the more complex it becomes, the more confused people will become. And generally, the better it is to zoom out, not in. That's a weakness that I had back in the day when I started, and I can imagine many great Elliott wave traders nowadays and analysts, when they started, if you don't really know what's going on, you have a tendency to go to the lower time frame to count smaller structures, which then, at least that's what you hope, results in clarity. Now, from experience, you will waste a lot of time and it won't get you far, because most of the time it will add to the confusion instead of providing you with the clarity. So if you don't really know what's going on, stay on a higher time frame and just wait for the clarity to come to you, right? Let the chart come to you. So that being said, right, we already covered the daily, which is the easy time frame. We'll go to the 1 hour. And this is where the complexity, I suppose, comes in, as corrective structures tend to be more complex than clear impulsive moves. So what you see on my chart here is the ABC has remained unchanged compared to some previous updates, either a flat or a zigzag. Now we can count this as a 5-wave structure in an A. 1, expanding diagonal, 2, 3, flat, 5, right? Flat is your 4 in that case. And that is your wave A. And that is the reason why I still think about a potential zigzag where your C should move below your A. Still considered, by the way, wave 4 on the daily. Now for wave B, preferably in wave B here, you then have a 5-wave A, 3-wave sideways B, and then you go down in C. Now your B in this case is then labeled as a zigzag in W, complex structure X, and then you get your Y. Wave Y can only be a zigzag, a flat, or a triangle. But because W is a zigzag, wave Y is not allowed to be a zigzag. Wave Y has to be a flat, A, B, C, or a triangle. Laptop struggling. I can't wait for my new laptop to arrive. This one is struggling, I think, with the new webcam sometimes. Maybe little bit laggy for me, sometimes at least. So, in other words, a sideways corrective complex structure in B, and then you move down in C. Right? Now, it is important for a zigzag to increase in probabilities. There we go. To take out this low and lose this support. If we lose this support and take the low, retest, break the structure, then probabilities are high to take out the next low, right? So this is almost like Elliott wave analysis combined with level-to-level trading in a way. No? Good to be aware of. So something that we keep an eye on. No? That's a scenario where we move down. The triangle sideways, still ongoing. If you take out this low or you take out this high, you invalidate the triangle. Let me be a bit more precise here. Up. Yep, there we go. It is also just a fun thing to know about, I suppose. It is very common for a wave E to overshoot the AC trend line, but of course you're not allowed to move below C. Right? So generally, more often than not, you see E breaking that trend line and then it starts moving. Of course, breaking this trend line, what it does is it fakes out a bunch of people that are looking for price to move down. And then instead, it's a fake, reverses, everyone stopped out and continues. Those are the people that then add to the fuel of price moving to the upside. Very nice. Now, in this scenario, the probabilities, of course, is sideways price action. Not allowed to take this low. We get to the probabilities in a second, right? This is a bit of an older scenario. Am I gonna? No. We're gonna talk about this. Nope. This. This is a new one. Okay. Now this scenario here is also a zigzag, but your B or 2, and I mean let's stick with the zigzag. Your B is already finished. A, B, diagonal 1, 2, look for 3, 4, 5. Now what does impact the probabilities negatively is that your C is already longer in time compared to your A. And you're only at a 2. You still need a 3 and a 4 and a 5. So your C is going to be very long compared to your wave A. It happens, I have a example of this that I actually then in this case like to show you. It happens, it's just not as common. A, B, C. This was I'd like to call it a staircase. Down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, etc. Very long C compared to a very short A. So that is a great example of how a wave C can be a lot longer than a wave A, but it's still regarded as a C. Right? But it still impacts the probabilities. We also have bullishivity divergences building still as price is moving sideways. Look, if you want real clarity, you basically got to wait for price to take the high. You know, if you take, well, this one here, even if you take this one, that is when, like, this scenario is not gonna be relevant anymore if you take out this high over here, right? It's gonna be invalidated. So it creates a lot of clarity, right? With the triangle is invalidated if you take that high as well, right? So it just makes life a little more easy, but this remains a bearish scenario at A, B, C zigzag, and after C you look for price to move up. And then the most bullish scenario, also not the highest probabilities. Wave 1, 2, and we go up. And the reason this is not the highest probabilities is because W is a running flat, X is a running flat, zigzag in a Y, but 2 running flats, it's not that common. Plus your 2 is actually quite long compared to 1. Plus this is then the end of your wave 4 on the daily, which is shorter than your wave 2 in time. So a couple of arguments. Now those are many scenarios. Right, I told you the lower time frame is more complex than the daily. The daily is easy. Daily is easy. We just look for price to move up in a wave 5, sooner or later. The 1 hour is where complexity is. So when we look at the probabilities of these scenarios here locally, as complexity still increases, we gotta be aware of the bullish CVDs as well. Then then currently the probabilities here on Bitcoin remain higher to continue the range. So a triangle is interesting, but you got to wait for D, like D probably needs to be at the local high here potentially. Okay, now let's summarize. On a daily time frame, the probabilities remain higher for bullish continuation, keeping it very, very, very simple, unrelated to all the low time frame price action. It's basically as you know, as simple as we can get it. This has not changed over the past week or even when we made the high and we moved down. Wave 4 is what we were looking for. Nice. And on the 1 hour time frame, let me start with low probabilities. Where is it? Probabilities are low for an impulse in a 1, 2, 3 continuation due to 2 in time and the structure of 2. The probabilities are not great for an A finished B and then already a C down due to the length in time of your C. And of course your C, right, we do have a big diagonal, and it's a little bit of a question mark if this is a solid diagonal. Of course we can count 1, 2 and then have a 3, 4 and a 5. So you need zigzag family structures. So your 3 here is a zigzag, then you need 4. This is your 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's a time thing. It takes a lot of time. We also have all the bullish CVD divergences still. So only if price locally can continue to build bearish and more bearish and more bearish CVD divergences does it really become interesting to look for such a scenario to the downside. We have a bit of bullish CVDs locally as well. And that then basically, as a result, leads to sideways price action in a triangle with the alternative of having either an unfinished zigzag within wave Y, A, B, C, or a triangle. Triangle is too early, and in a flat, you need to take this low and then move up. We don't have this yet, so it's too early to call that stuff. Alternatively, you look for a flat, and this becomes a WXY double zigzag. WXY, take out all-time high, then move down in C, and then continue. So daily probabilities are highest to move up. And actually in the 1 hour range, here, the probabilities are also higher to bare minimum continue ranging sideways / take out the high at the moment. And you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles at the moment. At least we touched an 886 here, so we cannot count this as 1, 2, or we can. It's a very deep 2 in that case, but it's not invalidated. Now above us we do have a little bit of resistance, 97.2, 97.5. If price takes out this low and loses this support, moving below 93, then I'm basically looking for below 90k. And that is how I like to trade my ranges as well. So when price is ranging, I have my different scenarios, but my support and resistance areas, together with some other tools, those provide my setup, so to speak. All right, so that's where my areas of interest are. And once I enter a position, it's not necessarily 100% Elliott wave related. At least most of the time it's actually not, because I look for other stuff like my box or CVD or other tools. So you can have all this complexity, but for me to trade Elliott waves in this range, I would trade the daily, which is of course more swing, and knowing that if we lose this support, I'm looking for down here, it provides quite a clear invalidation for me as well. If price can take out the highs here, that's also, of course, a very clear sign. So that's that really. So yeah, patience. Bitcoin is ranging. Altcoins are, it's altcoin season at the moment. Checked it online earlier. Altcoin season, it's 90. If you Google altcoin season, you'll probably find that bar with the colors. Yeah. But this is what's going on Bitcoin, right? So I would urge most of the people to keep it simple and just look at the daily chart. Know that you're very likely in, you know, probability wise in wave 4 price action, and you're still expecting a wave 5 to the upside. And then on the 1 hour, as we get more and more information, you also get more and more clarity. But at the moment, the probabilities on the 1 hour are higher to still continue ranging. And then you have the triangle, zigzag, flat, but it's all continuing the range. So and actually it's also what you like, of course, once the alts start moving. So yeah, we just wait and see what price it gives us. Oh yeah, another thing that's interesting. Small little, only on the 3 minute we have a little bearish CVD here, but we had a bearish CVD here as well. So you're in a downtrend on the 3 minute. The 50 minute was bullish, but on the 3 minute you actually have you had a bearish CVD here, lower high on price, but look at blue, higher high on blue, and that's nice because you have market structure in favor. Plus an additional bearish CVD, price moved down. Took out the low, CVDs played out, right? Nice little CVD divergence there. And now we have a bit of a 3 min here, but yeah, I do like the 15. Let's see what happens here. Let's check some of the alts. Many alts are actually clearer than Bitcoin is. Okay, get my so for your information, we have covered alts pretty much every day the last couple of days, and we do a lot of alts per live stream. And Jeroen, is Jeroen here? The link, wait, I might need to refresh my link tree. Let's see. I think I need to, let's see if it works now. No. Jeroen. Okay, never mind. This is still not the good link. I'm gonna write him. One second here. Let me. So Jeroen is the one that has access to the back end there. Let me quickly give him the link that he actually needs to put in Linktree so that all of you guys can go to the whole playlist. And there we go. Come on now. Takes an whatever. We'll do this afterwards. Annoying. Actually annoying. So okay. That needs to improve. So okay, let's start. First of all, it doesn't really help you to mention 5, 6, 3 alts, because I will always take one per different person. Yeah, because else one person might get 5 and someone else gets nothing, and that's of course not what we like. So let's start with the first one that I see in the chat, and that is Real. Now I'm not familiar with Real, but oh boy, 1 hour. Okay, is this the chart? What I actually wanted to say about the alts. Oh wait, we already covered Bitcoin. So wait, BTC, alts chatting and Q&A, pinning this. Okay, there we go. I think Bitcoin was around 20 minutes when we started. I'm actually not too sure, but doesn't matter. So we have Real, and we start at 44.30 with Real. So this is this the chart? Yeah, it looks like it. The problem with like yeah, so anything here is not really something I like to analyze. Now, if price continues pushing, you could count this as a 1, a 2, and then look for a 3. But because you have very limited information, because there's very little structure on the chart here, I would definitely keep an eye on the local price section. Now here, of course, you can count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 as a potential impulse. But this is, of course, a lot more interesting. Wave 1, wave 2, 1, 2, so a double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now, as locally here, price is moving up, highest amount of volume. From an impulsive perspective, you're still looking for 4s and 5s. Now your wave 3, highest probability in an impulse, of course, this is your wave 3 because of the volume. After 3, you expect 4, 5s, but knowing how far wave 3 goes is very challenging, as wave 3s can extend very, very far. So in other words, the probabilities are higher to still move up because you're still looking for 4s and 5s. But when you get your 4, you got to wait, right? Especially on the high time frame. You could go to a lower time frame and try to count all the subwaves. But of course, when I do the alts, I prefer sticking around on the higher time frames, right? And it also, the higher time frames gives you the higher time frame direction, right? What to look for. And at the moment, you can see 1, 2, and you still need a 4 and a 5. Your wave 4 is likely going to take a few weeks as well. The question is, when do you get it? But you're still looking for higher in that case. And mind you, of course, that the common target for a wave 4 is between the 0.236 and the 0.5, which at the moment with the current high would be 0.07 to 0.04887. One little red 4-hour candle here, but yeah, it's not really too relevant. What can also help is to identify support and resistances. So for example, we have a monthly here. Maybe on a 2-month chart we actually have a order. No, we don't. Okay, we don't have an order block there. But I'll just do this because 2-month order block. So you have some resistance weekly. Right, the previous range in the downtrend can of course offer resistance. It's also just below the golden pocket. Right, so the golden pocket is just above as well. Volume, yeah, was already afraid of that. So value area high. Let's check the volume 4-hour time frame. Get a bit more detail. And then start the volume profile from here to when we moved out. Yeah, so it's a nice area of resistance between, and that's the white box, 14.3 and 16.8. So that's where I would be looking for maybe the potential start of a 4, or you just of course push through, that's no problem. And then on a higher time frame, you're just looking for 1, 2, and then you move up in 3. But you can also have 1, 2, 1, 2, and then you move up in 3, right? So yeah, higher prices has the highest probability, and just make sure that trading wise, you also keep in mind the potential of wave 4s and the retracement of a wave 4, right? ORDI is one that I haven't actually done for a while. No, I don't even. Is this? Maybe I've never done it before. Also possible. Yeah. Okay. Now with regards to ORDI then, this is the crypto.com chart. We had a little range here. This is an order block on a weekly time frame. Push up, 1 red candle, second push, order block. In Elliott waves as well, when you have an impulsive structure and you start retracing, then your range 4 and your range 2 are the main areas of support for your retracement. Not the 3, right? Not the 1, not the 5. It's the ranges. It's the ranges that provide you most of the time with the support, which is what you had over here. So of course, preferably, you're not going to move below this low. And this is your low on top of your support. Now, with regards to local price action here on... Oops, I have to write this down, of course, for my timestamps. Should not forget now. Let's see. Quick check. Touch the 0.382, something I'm considering is, but I need to check the measurement. So wave 5. Yeah, okay. Wave 5 is not bigger than wave 3, so we cannot have an expanding diagonal. So therefore, your bullish scenario would be multiple 1-2s here, and therefore you don't like to see price change the structure. So you have your 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. This would be your invalidation at 29. Highest amount of volume is currently in the high. We didn't yet really escape the range, right? Yeah, we have a bit of a volume increase, but it's not like we already moved out significantly. So of course you have to be aware of the potential of a flat, but your at the moment, like probabilities, high amount of volume coming in, potential here of again 1-2, 1-2, right? And you're just starting, you're at like the beginning of a wave 3. WXY corrective structure, 3-wave corrective move to the downside here. Increasing probabilities to take the high. 1 second here. Pop, pop, pop. One, two, 3, 4, 5, or 5, 3. But this is not a 5 to end this. This is very much a 3. And then you'd like to make this a 3. We also can't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because 4 and 1 overlap, only allowed in diagonals. So let's check a diagonal. Yeah, so your bearish scenario is going to be a diagonal to the downside. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And your bullish scenario is that this is a zigzag family structure. 4 is shorter than your 2. Taking a channel from the end of 1 to the end of 3 to the end of 2, right? Then you also don't hit, your 4 doesn't hit it. I would guess that your 3 is also shorter than your 1. Yeah, so your bearish scenario is a diagonal. Bullish scenario is that this is a zigzag family structure. And locally, let's see, we take a retracement from the high to the low. You just missed out on hitting the golden pocket. It doesn't happen very often that you not hit the golden pocket after getting this close. So it would be nice for price to actually hit it. So yeah, let's keep it simple here. Probabilities, right? Ordinals. You bounced on the previous range as support. So if you count this as a diagonal, that's going to be a big problem. Because if you're going to have A, B, C, and you're going to lose this range and then retest, change structure, you're going to go down big time. So, of course, we're in a bull market. It's altcoin season. So your bias is geared towards the upside, of course, with solid risk management and not just YOLOing because one certain coin has 1000x potential, right, or something like this. It can go 1000% up. It can also go 80% down with these things. No, so locally, volume as price moves up. Invalidation of a multi 1-2 is price taking out 29, right? Probabilities are higher. This is corrective, compared to it being a diagonal. Diagonals appear in when you talk about zigzags in 7% of the cases, not a lot. So you would prefer in a bull market to count this corrective and then look for the high, as that's also the case with most alts. So then you align it with the general market trend. Price moving up, volume moving up, you want this to continue. Yeah, also here you can look for, of course, again, resistances to the upside, but you can identify those. We have a weekly at 59. Have a look at the volume. Right, volume is always interesting. So start of this range to here. So we just hit the value area low. Oh, there you go. A little bit of resistance. There's a big wow. Like I have a feeling people over here at the high they were buying. Yeah, look at the point of control being this high. It's so rare to see a point of control this high. Hit the point of control and then just wash. So yeah, there you go. ORDI. Keep an eye on the local structures. Local is easiest. Just keep an eye on the structure here. The volume, invalidation 29, one price to continue to the upside, hit some resistance. So yeah. FET. Do I have this? Yes. Okay. By the way, just so people in chat know, the last 3 live streams, and the alts are in the title. The last 3 live streams yesterday, right? In case you want to know, yesterday we did Link, Render, Mina, Yup, Algo, ADA, BNB, Rune, Super, Dot, Big Time, and SUI. Right? So I will try to avoid these today. 2 days ago, we did Ethereum, XRP, Solana, TIA, LTC, SEI, COS, and HBAR. And 3 days ago, we did Solana, Doge, DNX, KDA, XRP, and ETH again, FET, and ROSE. So interestingly, here we are looking at FET. It wasn't the plan. Anyway, it's not that anything changed. So on FET here, we are moving above our support resistance area, right? Which is what we like to see. The next one would be above price here, which is between 212 and 228. And if we just remove this and we look at the Elliott wave structure, then here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 05 touched, target for a wave 4, retracing to the price action of the previous wave 4 as well, which is a common target for 4. And here you would still be looking for price to take out the all-time high. Price is currently moving to the upside, volume locally increasing. You like this to continue and not change structure, of course, right? So you don't want price to go to 130 again. You are approaching resistance as explained, this white box here, also the volume profile on my chart. And yeah, that's pretty much it, no? About a 1-to-1 in time between wave 2 and wave 4, which is good. Let's see if we want to label this. We didn't touch the 618. Highest amount of volume was here in the low, increasing probabilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, possible. 1, 2. Bearish scenario. 1, 2, and then 3. You need a 4 and a 5. Of course, that's your bearish scenario. But then your wave 1 and 4 overlap, by the way, which means you have to think about diagonals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is a hello. Yo. Okay, so your wave 2 is bigger than your 4. So yeah, bearish scenario is again a diagonal. Bullish scenario is continuation. Makes most sense to look at the local price section. Volume up, price up. In that case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correction, 1, 2, 1, 2, up. That has your highest probability until proven otherwise locally. Right, local price action is most interesting, and keep an eye on the resistance just above price, because you have the previous range. Point of control is here, right? And in general, this is an order block now, so you would not really expect to just move through it without like showing anything. Just like you did here, you hit the previous range, you move down, and then you start moving up. You actually range inside the boundaries of the range as price moved down. So interesting. BXX. I think I've never done BXX yet. I don't actually know why sometimes my chart is a little bit laggy. Oh, do I look forward to my new laptop coming, man. Get some horsepower in. This one is old but gold. What was this? BXX. I think I've never done this. For people asking for a link, please go to the video of yesterday, and then the timestamp is in the description as well as in the video, 53 minutes. For SUI, go to the live stream yesterday, 2 hours and 19 minutes. Make sure to check the altcoin stream of the last few days, because like the last streams of the last few days, because all the alts that I covered are in the title, so you can just hover your mouse and see the alts. Plus, I have all the timestamps in the video. And generally, the analysis has not changed one day later, as I mainly cover high time frames on the alts. I try to also pick ones that are not mentioned consistently, just so that there's a bit of change as well. So this is a new one for me, BXX. I have no idea. Apparently on MAXC here. So we have previous price action. Now for me, all of this here is never really relevant. I only start counting from an all-time low, and then take it from there. At least I guess this is an all-time low because we didn't have any other chart. So I guess. Okay. Oh, it has to be said that this is a very three-wavy chart. Of course, you're going to think about diagonals when you see this. Let me change my color of the channel here as well, because I like orange is for an end channel, but I don't like orange for what I'm doing here. White. Oh, without middle. Very nice. Clean. So on, what is this? BAN-X. Deep wave 2 here, right? So 3 correction, 3 correction, maybe another 3. In that, like that's what you look for in a diagonal. So then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Now this is then your bull market. You take out this high. You're ending your bull market. I don't regard this as all-time high. This for me is useless, so you might take out this high. Create a wave 5, then get a bear market retracement. This is your wave 2, invalidation, all-time low, and then you move up in a wave 3. makes most sense with the three wavy price action that you have here as price has been moving to the upside. Right, so definitely on that, this is weekly time frame, but this is something to consider. On a daily, WXY double zigzag. 1 second here. That's very, very shallow, of course, but still just missed out on the 618. It's not even too bad. 3, 3, 3. You can basically see it, right? Sideways, or move down sideways, and then you get your second leg down. You can't count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because 3 is shortest and you have overlap between 1 and 4. So preferably this is a 3-wave structure. And then you can see there's one red candle creating a 3-wave here, and then you have another 3-wave. So that creates a WXY double zigzag where wave Y moved below wave W, which is what you do like to see. Now, in that case, if this is the end of your corrective structure here, you of course look for price to move towards the upside. And let's have a look here. What's the size? Currently in the common target area for a flat. Now, preferably, however, so what I quickly checked is there the potential of ABC? That's not preferred because this range is already very long in time compared to this move up. And what I prefer to count here would be 1, 2, 1, 2, right? A double 1, 2. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 because your 4 is too deep. Yeah, it's too deep. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and you want to escape in a 3. So this 2 is already very big compared to your 1. So preferably that's the end of your 2. So in other words, the invalidation of a bullish scenario is taking out this low at 0.036232. And you want price to move towards the upside. Right, continue moving. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Right, potential. So a couple of highs to be made as most of the alts. Let's have a quick look at some resistance areas here. So this might go a little quick, but if you want to know, oh, this one has been touched already by this wick. So we had resistance here, has been touched once. Second time, of course, weakens. Let's see what the total volume of the chart is. Move up in my rows. Ta-da! Oh, we're at the value area high as well. Yeah, solid bit of resistance, no? Okay. Value area high, yeah, okay. So this is resistance, and then we have the range here. Okay. So this is important resistance, which is between 12.9 and 0.15. What you preferably do not like to see is price moving down again and touch the lower end of this channel. So in other words, you don't like this, because then you have to think about expanding diagonals, and those are just very rare. There is one coin, Samith, you posted it in, and I know, I forgot the name. I've also had it on stream sometimes. There is a coin out there that actually has quite a nice expanding diagonal. Let me see, which one is that? OP. So they do happen, but of course generally they're not very common, so it's best to avoid them. So in this case, if you count a WXY, which is definitely possible in this move down after a wave Y, you like your low to be in, right? And then move up to take the high, WXY. If price can take out this high, you cannot have a WXYXZ anymore, which is positive, right? So you can't have a Z because your second X moves above the first one in a triple zigzag, which isn't allowed in a triple zigzag. So that would be beneficial for a WXY, and you can't have a WXY in a WXY. You can only have a WXY in a wave A to then have a flat BC, which means you take the high, or after WXY you move up impulsively and also take the high. So that would be positive. So taking out 0.085 is good. Resistance though, keep an eye on this here, right? So that's important. And then yeah, I think a diagonal here would be very interesting. Let's have a look. I think your 3 is longer than your 1. Yeah, okay, that's not a problem anymore in today's time. But you don't want 5 to be longer than 3. So your 1 to 1 here is your invalidation for a diagonal. If you move up and you hit 0.916, wow, that would be insane. Not bad. If you hit 0.916, you invalidate a contracting diagonal because 5 is longer than 3, which isn't allowed, but 4 is shorter than 2, which is also not what you like to see. It's not allowed. So then the diagonals go out, right? And then you're going to think about impulsive structures. Very nice. I like seeing new charts at times as well. So coin coverage, adding it, symbol, there we go. Oh, my list, thanks to all you. I'm not even adding all of them, but the ones I do some analysis I tend to add, but it's getting good. Where's the poll? We're not really doing poll anymore because it's nicer to have the engagement and just look at chat. The poll resulted in always having the same ones as well. We always did Solana and always ETH and always. So this creates a lot more variety. Plus people are here live, and as they are watching, you know, they can get their analysis, and not someone that's voting yesterday that's not live will get his or her, you know. So yeah. Okay, I see VAI, VAI, INJ. I remember that one. Wait. Oh. Okay, let me do VAI and INJ. Wait, symbol. Yeah, I don't have it. Nice. I hope that's not the I hope that's not the chart. Okay, there we go. This looks better. Maybe Maxi. Okay, no. I think we can move into this one. Yes, geluk. Yo, cheers, man. Thanks for the support, dude. Hopefully your trading has been going well. Back in the members. Yes, you are. What's up, man? Good to have you here. Welcome back. Thanks for the support. Okay, let me write the time. So this is VAI. I'm gonna run out of space on my notebook here. 1:15. Like, you want to see the last up? This is literally like, this is the last four, well, including today, the last 3 days and today. Timestamps. Yo, running out of space. Okay, what do we have here? Classic. Taking out the wiki top and then retrace. Okay, we do have overlap between the wick here and the current price section. This would be one of the assets where I also would I would zoom in here and not really care too much about all this. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. Volume. One, two, three. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be a very long 5. Yo, cheers, Factor Call. Thanks for the 600 RSD. Not sure about the currency. I do like to highlight that pay, like, as nice as a business model it would be to make people pay for suggestions, I do not do this exactly because of I'm not that type of person, first of all. And yeah, it feels wrong. So I appreciate the support, but please, if you like something to be analyzed, just be active in chat, and the chances are, of course, that I see it. And Factor Call, not sure if you're a member, but you can always just tag me in Discord. So of course I see GOAT now, but generally I try to stay away. Like if it's just a general tip, like donation, that's of course cool. But I try to avoid I must tip just to get a chart. Maybe no, it's not really. I just tipped you, not my first time, so feel fine. Cheers. Big K, by the way, B channel, welcome back, man. Good to have you here again. It's been a while, no B channel. Big K, welcome. You have been gifted by generous, maybe a band-aid. Are you still here? It's the word generous. That's the one that I was looking for. The ever so generous, maybe a band-aid, and then B channel as well. What's up, man? Good to have you here. Big K, make sure to fill in the form. I'm not sure if any of the mods are still here, but make sure to fill in this link, and then select gifted bronze, and we'll get you sorted and bump you up to silver, which is like short-term updates and that sort of stuff. So yo, cheers, B channel. Nice to have you back, man. With regards to the chart here, right? So good move to the downside. We just wicked below the low. Now because of all the overlap, you would need to start with a diagonal. 1 second here. 1, 2, 3. You only take this low once, not twice. So if you want to go into 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 3, you need 4, 5, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. Yes, that would be your bearish count. Okay, 1 second. I gotta put this. 1, 2, 3. Triangle 4-ish, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, 382 is a minimum target, which has been touched. Most common retracement target, however, is the 05786, and this is the bearish scenario. Bearish scenario. So, and then, I mean, bearish scenario, like, if you're gonna move below this low, then also here there's not too much. You're gonna go down to 0.016. All the coins pumping. That would be, I mean, this would be your quote unquote bull market period. And then you make a high, and then the bear market creates a new lower low. That would be your bearish scenario. And then either this is ABC, or you actually go to all-time lows, and this is gonna die. It's just gonna go out. Now, as mentioned, the most common retracement target is higher. So there's a weekly here. So that's where we currently are. Next one up here. Another one here. Another one there. One there. Monthly, no monthly, daily. Let's see where the volume is. We're also at the point of control at the moment. Point of control of this whole section. Okay. Let's zoom into more the high. Still below the golden pocket here. 0.20. It's a bit of a psychological number. Yeah, okay, so this range is, oh wait. Yeah, okay. This range here is important, right? This is good resistance. It's partly in confluence with the golden pocket, but it's the 05 golden pocket area. And you're now, of course, you're trying to flip the weekly here. Arguably, we moved above, closed below, moved back above, test number 1, test number 2, potential. So you're basically stuck between the 382 and the weekly, but you're aiming to flip the weekly. But yeah, your most common retracement target is the 05 to the 786. So therefore, you would like to, price to move up and touch that area. It's most common for a reason. The 382 is a target. It's just less common. So even in the bearish scenario, you actually still look for price to move up, preferably. In a bullish scenario, you need to count this corrective. And the only way to do this is with zigzag family structures. So you need to look for a WX, and then you need to have like either a very big Y or a WXYXZ. So, quite simply, if you're bullish, you're of course looking for upside, and you're going to go higher than the bearish scenario. But this does count as a potential impulse. So you got to be aware that your bull market might only be a wave B or 2 before this thing goes into the ground. Now, locally, let's see, we then have made our low, swinging the previous low. And your invalidation, of course, of bullish continuation is taking out this low here. You don't want that to happen. 1.618 is touched, so therefore a flat is not on the cards anymore, really. Low probability. So you preferably have a 1-2 here, and you're going to look for price to continue to the upside. You have the average amount of volume increasing as well, as you can see here, which is good. 1-2, maybe resistance 1-2 up, but yeah, still be looking for price to go up. Invalidation is this low. Just be aware of the potential of a higher time frame bearish scenario with the resistances that we have to the upside. Ethereum was 2 live streams ago at 1 hour and 7 minutes. Okay. What was the I mentioned VAI and then another one. Oh yeah, INJ. Oh wait, I saw it. Quick check. Also here, right? It's the same as which one was it? I don't know. A real ORDI FET, but price comes down to the first range, and this one excess support. It's nice, very nice. Bearish is actually still bullish. Funny enough, daily bear WXY. Okay, this is old analysis. You can see it, the fibs, the colors. Not really relevant. So what I look for here is price to move above the support resistance area, which it is doing. Potential, of course, retest, continuation, change the structure. So that is a positive sign. Now the invalidation I have on my chart is the invalidation of a 1, 2, and then look for 3 continuation. No problem to have 1, 2, 1, 2. That's fine if you do end the week on top of or below the support resistance level. You could have another 1, 2 here before then flipping it and continue, but that depends on the close of the week. The structure to the downside. WX A flatten B C. That's of course a WXY. In that case, you're looking for price to take out the high. Therefore, your alternative becomes again a zigzag 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zigzags in probabilities, not, or diagonals, sorry, in probabilities, not too common, but let's first check if it's even allowed. It is. Wave 2 is bigger than wave 4. Didn't hit the upper channel trend line. How long is 5 compared to your 3 though? 5 looks longer. Yeah, it is. Okay. A diagonal doesn't work because your 5 is longer than your 3, which isn't allowed. Your 4 is shorter than your 2, so 2 bigger than 4. If your 5 is longer than your 3, you're thinking about an expanding diagonal, and therefore you want 4 to be bigger than 2, which is not the case. So therefore probabilities are higher. This is corrective, not impulsive. Probabilities are higher to take out the high. And you don't want to change market structure. What are all these coins I've never heard of? It's because like I mix things up, right? So we've done INJ actually a few times, but also like we have done Link, Render, Mina, Yup, Algo, ADA, BNB, Rune, Super, Dot, Big Time, SUI yesterday, ETH, XRP, Sol, TIA, LTC, SEI, COS, HBAR 2 days ago, and 3 days ago, Sol, Doge, DNX, KDA, XRP, ETH, FET, and Rose. So, yeah, you know. Of course, a lot of the same ones are visible, but they don't change in a day because I covered a high time frame. So for me to check Ethereum every day or Link every day or SUI every day, it doesn't really make sense. So I try to be, have variety, which is also most interesting, I suppose. So let's see. I see OM. Okay, OM. Let's have a look at the OM. I don't have that one. What's up, Captain Swag? Welcome. Wow. Yo. Yo, who's the absolute OG that invested here? Oh, what the fuck, man. Okay, man. What's this? Okay, so OM. Well, the highest amount of volume is here. So all of this is irrelevant. Is there a chart with more information, by the way? I'm on Binance. Let's see, crypto. Yes, a little bit more info. Is there? I don't think there's anything else. Probably OM. Okay. We're gonna stay on. Oh, Bybit? No. This one. So yeah. Can I have the volume, please? Okay, we go to the other chart. I don't have volume here. Oh. There we go. So on OM, yeah, of course this looks insane, right? So very, very big move to the upside. The volume completely disappeared, interestingly. Now here we then have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're starting to think if this here is a 1 and this is a 2. The issue is that your wave 2 in that case is incredibly shallow, which is yeah. And this thing pumped like thousands of %. So you have to be on log 236. I don't do this often, but 14 what was it 14. It's so rare I even forgot it. 14. Oh yeah, it is the 146. Okay. Oh, man, we didn't even hit the 146. Ooh. Okay, so that is your low. So here you'd be looking for 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 daily. The thing with these is gotta be a bit careful, no? Because as they say, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. But in this case, it's so steep, so fast. And this range can very well be wave 4 and then wave 5 price action, after which you get your big retracement as an impulse is finished. The highest amount of volume is here. So you must have a few 1-2s here. Then you get your move up to create your 4-5s. Of course, most bullish is 1-2 up, but your 2 is so shallow. So it's more common for 4s to be that shallow compared to 2s. So let's focus on OM locally and forget about everything that I actually just said. So your most recent move up, this is what's most interesting. Highest amount of volume in the local move, right? In this structure. We cannot count this as a flat ABC because B is too high. So you're looking for an impulse to the upside, where in that case you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep it very simple because we're so high after 20,000% of pumping, right, on the weekly chart that I don't like to count like 1, 2, 1, 2 here. Like it's just so bullish. So I just stick with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Very simple structure, right? And then you can add 1-2s. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, for example. But that depends on new ranges coming in. Right? You got to be very careful with these type of assets. You know, they go up very quick and everyone is happy and moon and oh, we can only go up. Oh, you know, we'll never get there like a big retracement. $10, here we go, you know, 20, 50, 100, Bitcoin, you know, the next Bitcoin. And then before you know it, everyone gets absolutely wrecked. So, and that of course happened on Bitcoin as well when we were at 65K, 69K, right? And then you move back to 30, 15. So have a very good plan on these type of assets. But locally, yeah, probabilities would be higher to have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look for another high. Common target for a wave 4, taken from the low to the high here, is your 236 to the 382. And then you still look for price to move up. And if price moves up, keep an eye on the volume. Because if volume is increasing, you're going to be looking for this to be a 3. And then you expect another 4, 5. Right, till you actually start to make higher highs on lower volume. That is when one has to wait for a new range to form. You can analyze the future range, see if this is corrective or potentially impulsive. And if this is corrective, you're going to label it as a 4 and you look for a price to move up again. So that is OM. So yeah, still looking up. If you do move, like changing market structure, that's of course really bearish. If you move below 127, then that's going to be might be a bit of an issue because then you can't count this as an impulse. Then this becomes a 3 wave, or you have an extended 5. No, you can't. No, it's a 3. So yeah, not too great. Probability is higher to move up, as long as you don't hit 2, and then afterwards change market structure. There's no reason to think anything different. Okay. So what a crazy thing. AVAX has been a while as well. So, oops. There we go. This is your highest probability count on AVAX. It's nice, of course, if 137. So yeah, you're looking for wave 3. Highest amount of volume in the recent move up. You're just waiting for 4s and 5s to come. That's the highest probability. Did we hit the 886? Almost hit the 886. Next area of resistance. Yeah, we had the point of control here. So we tested it once. Second time, could see a reaction. But the next resistance is just below 100. So yeah, that's your highest probability on AVAX. So you're still looking for a double 1-2. The reason the 886 is important, because of the bearish scenario ABC. If you touch the 886, rare for 2. In other words, counting this as a 1-2 for 3, low probabilities. But the highest probability is counting this as a 3. Yep. Oh wait, short little, there we go. Yo, what is this? There's literally no information. Yeah, this is not really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. 1, 2. And if we want to be bullish, and there you go. So in a bullish case, you would still look for another 4 or 5. Potentially you're still in green 4, but yeah, you can see that this is your steepest structure, right? So you can clearly see, boom. So you preferably count this as your 3. So you have a ranging start, impulse up, ranging end. Typical impulse, 1, 2, maybe a few more 1-2s, 3, and then you get your 4, 5s, right? Grind, up, grind. So yeah, this is not one that I would classify as amazing. I don't have volume as well, but this is what I'd be keeping an eye on in this case. It's like your most bullish scenario would to count this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, but then your second wave 1 is a lot bigger than the first structures here. So yeah, it's this would be my highest probability. And if you do start moving, so in other words, you're still actually looking for price in this scenario to move up. you don't want price to start moving, you know, down here and lose the blue 4, for example. Yeah, that's yeah, there's a lot of potential at others. Of course, if this one goes and pumps and volume comes in, but I don't have the volume here apparently. Yeah, then things can be interesting, but yeah, 140. Ooh, my paper is finished. Mm-hmm. I see you. Where is it? Yeah, I mean, so JASMY goes according to plan. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Most bullish, of course, is a double 1 2, but that's your alternative. 1 2 1 2 and then 3. Sky's the limit. But that's your alternative. If price does move up on a higher amount of volume, that's when we're going to start considering double 1 2s. Previous range, there you go again, right? Previous range acting as support, very, very nice. Touch the 382, and yeah, you look for an impulse up. On the daily, you have the highest amount of volume yesterday. 1 2 1 2, maybe a few 1 2s here, but now you're in your 3, so you still look for 4 5 price action. In other words, higher prices, and yeah, very nice. Yeah, that's that on JASMY, really. Wow. JASMY. I see a couple. Okay, I see Michael Bysteiner. So I don't know what SuiNS is, but I do know that you've been at it a while. So let me have a look. Of course, I pay attention. I've seen you since early in the stream mentioning it. So let me have a look here. Of course, I can't always get to everything, but yeah. So also here, this is look. There's so many great opportunities. This and all of this is irrelevant. So this is the all-time low for me. I do not count this as not a structure. You know, I think this is like the initiation, or unless there's another chart with more info. But this looks like the beginning. So wait, I shouldn't forget my. So yeah, in this case, I would only start looking and count since the low. Yeah, this is hourly time frame on alts. SUI name service. I guess this is it, no? Is this the good chart, Michael? With like, I guess, but yeah, you know what? Yeah, it is okay. Ooh. Now, the only thing that can help the bulls is that this move down is clearly a three-wave structure. it's not like you can't, there's no clear impulse. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5. I never got another 4 5. But if we count 1 2 3 4 5, then we have to think about diagonals. So you want to try and find a bullish count with high probabilities, and you can't count a nice 1 2 3 4 5 because of the overlap. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5, we miss a 4. If we do count this as a diagonal, then we have our 2 4 1 2 4. So okay, 2 is bigger than 4, and then in that case all of your waves have to be 3-wave structures. So 3, always a zigzag, 3, always a zigzag, and another 3. That is the, that's the only way I can really count this bullish. And then preferably your 2 is finished, because this is a 3-wave structure. The only reason, so the only good thing for the bulls, as mentioned, is that this is a 3. So it gives you the potential of taking the high. Of course, you can, like in a corrective structure, you're gonna label this as a WXY, or and then this is just an X. It's not a B. It didn't go down far enough for a B, but it would need to be an X in that case. So then you're just gonna extend this range. 1 2 3 4. What's happening here? 1 hour. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5. Like this is the only hope. And what you want to see is, of course, a 3-wave structure. Okay, we do have overlap. So this is either very bearish 1 2 1 2 3, but then you want to see volume increasing as price moves down. Alternatively, you have diagonals because of the overlap, but I don't think it works. Nope, expanding diagonals, very rare and never preferred, unless everything else fails. And then, yeah, 1 2 1 2 is definitely most bearish. Other than that, you're going to think about corrective structures here. So zigzag, X, maybe another zigzag. In that case, important support. Let's see if it lines up with a fib. Golden pocket. No, it would be solid. 3 correction. Oh, 3 correction, and then another 3. Golden pocket, maybe slightly below. Order block as support. And between the 786 and the golden pocket, this is your area. That's your reversal. We already hit the most common retracement target now. Wouldn't mind seeing just a little bit lower to have a 3 correction and a 3 in that case. This is a 1-hour chart, so it will change very quick. Right. So if you hit this 886, then counting this as a 1 2 gets low probability. So you want to avoid the 886. And yeah, the invalidation currently at 0.25. If you do touch this, then of course the next one is simply the low. Diagonal 1, zigzag family structure in 2, impulse in 1. You want to see a zigzag family structure in 2, and then you gotta start moving. And because a diagonal is not valid and an impulse is neither, if you can take out this high, probabilities increase to take this high, which of course increases probabilities to take the next, and then there you go. So yeah. ARB. Wait, did I write this down? Yeah, I did. So I saw a couple of ARB comments. ARB 151. Do we? Yes, we do. Let's see what happens here. Ooh. Might actually go for zigzag and continue the range in a wave form. Okay, ARB. Wait, I wrote it down here. So on ARB, highest amount of volume, recent move to the upside, currently at resistance, but of course attempting to close above the point of control in the monthly here, still below the weekly. So this is your area of resistance. If you can pass this, there is not too much left. Then you have the value area high at 168, and then you get to the monthly and the weekly at 2. Now, as the highest amount of volume is in the recent move to the upside, you would count this as your 1-2 flat ABC. Reason this is a single 1-2 is because price took out this low here. So you would count a single 1-2, and then this is your 3. And then you're still looking for a wave 4 and a wave 5 to come. So the probabilities on ARB remain higher to move up. Now we passed, of course, a couple of weeks ago, we passed the support resistance area here, right? So that was nice. We've moved up. Next area of resistance, potential for 4, we'll see, right? But if you do pass this, then yeah, it's just step by step, level by level, really. And we have actually spent a little bit of time here in the past, this section of the chart. So it's quite an important level. Of course, also point of control here, monthly, weekly. So a bit of an order block. But yeah, so probabilities remain higher for ARB to move up. Now, with regards to wave 4s, you got to be aware, of course, of the potential of a wave 4 to start. And in that case, this is your target. 23605 is your common target area. Currently, with this being the high, is 0.94 to 0.73. The question, as always, is when is your wave 4 going to start? When is your wave 3 going to end? Right, and then take it from there. Let's have a look here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This could be already a 4. So you could have a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Maybe wick above the weekly, then start a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2. But yeah, you know, like at the moment you're just pushing. So, but you're also at resistance. You're attempting to pass resistance, which is good. Price moving up, a bit of volume moving down, but it's still highest probabilities remain for still eventually getting that bigger 4 and then a bigger 5 still, and then it has to be well managed, of course. So yeah. Yeah, cheers, Michael. Oh, all good, all good. So, of course, the project, there is a bullish count on SuiNS. You just, you don't really want to hit the invalidations. So, new all-time high on ARB. I mean, look, if you pass this, there's again, there's not too much left, and if you are here, you're gonna hit the 886 from the high to the low. Touching the 886 and all-time high is just a matter of time. So, but of course, it all depends on how far is your 3 going. I mean, look at what was it, SUI? Massive move in your 3. That's yeah, that's it. It can happen, but I take it level by level, and we are at resistance. And if you pass this, then yeah, value area 168, then you're at the monthly, weekly. which is also 886. If you touch the 886, then it's generally it's just a matter of time till you then it's literally in confluence with the 886. And the golden pocket would be a support resistance area here. So yeah, golden pocket just above you as well. So level by level, but on ARB still looking for a 4-5. So in other words, still looking for higher, and depending on the continuation and the volume, we can look for either much higher targets, right, or not. But a 4-5 is still on the cards. The 886, if you touch the 886, what it tells you is that this move down is a low probabilities of being a wave 1 for then a correction 2 and a all-time lows in a wave 3. So touching the 886 is common for a B or an X, right? Any corrective move down is a higher probability wave C, wave Y, or any other corrective structure if you do get into a bigger correction. However, yes, usually when you hit, so in other words, once you hit the 886, probabilities are significant to take out the high. You do often see a reaction at the 886 and at least a bit of resistance moving towards the golden pocket. Depending on price action, you'll either hit it or not. But yeah, you're going to be looking for price to eventually take out that high. So, yep. TP Nano. It's almost time for me to get out. Yeah, same here, of course. Let's have a look. Monthly order block has been tested once. The more you test it, the weaker it becomes. 158. Oh, I don't have space anymore, man. Oh wait, no. So order block, also a monthly, of course. Here, this is your monthly level. The more often you test resistance, the weaker it becomes. This is the second time. And on a daily, price moving up. Volume is literally in the final leg at the moment. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This of course would be your most bullish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3-wave correction. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Boom. So you're still looking for multiple. You could even add another 1, 2, but I'm not a big fan of this type of stuff. So focus here, and then you have your 1, your 2, 1, 2, few 1, 2s, and then you move up in your 3. So also here, as the highest amount of volume is in the recent move to the upside, you're still looking for 4 5s on Nano. So also still looking for higher. Altcoin season, yo. Yo, what's up, Sam? Welcome. Or shall I say welcome back? How are you doing? Yeah, okay. CRV, most interesting to look locally at the local move up, because at least on this chart, this is your all-time low. But in general, this is your impulse. So 1, 2, 3. You're still looking for 4 and 5 at a later stage. So also here, you're still looking for price to move up. And this is a monthly. Not there. You do have one here. Weeklies. We are actually at a weekly now. I always just put all of them on the chart and then we just look for confluences. It's quite a lot, no? Late night here in the Philippines. Yeah, I can imagine, man. Like your time zone, like, so I am Central European time. It's currently 5:30 here. What's the time there? It's like what, 8 hours ahead of what we are here. So it must be like midnight, no? Past midnight? 12, yeah. Jeez. Enjoying a nice late night YouTube live stream. Watching from the bed, like, you know, small eyes, bright screen, and turn the brightness down. So I learned this a long time ago when I did research on the sleeping brain. What happens when you sleep with your brain? Because 1/3 of your life you have your eyes shut. Yeah, so it's interesting. And blue light actually doesn't really have too much of an effect on your sleep. It is the brightness of the screens or the lights that have a higher effect or a bigger effect on your sleep. So when the night comes, try to turn the lights, dim the lights, dim the screen, dim the lights, and that's a lot more efficient. Of course you can, and I have that on all my stuff as well, at least my phones. I have blue light goes off from 8 p.m. or 7 p.m. I'm not sure. I think 8. Yeah, 8 p.m. and blue light on my phones and stuff goes out. So I do at least keep blue light in mind, but the brightness, especially at night, is a lot more important. Okay, this is nice. A nice little bit of resistance here. Could make it maybe a bit smaller, but yeah. So we are now at some resistance, but yeah, 1, 2, 3. You're still looking for 4 eventually, and still a 5, you know, down the line, and on a daily, highest amount of volume in the recent move. So all of these, like you have your 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. So yeah, you're still looking for higher. You are at resistance, so of course it might pay off quite literally to see price flipping this, but yeah, your probabilities remain higher to look for higher. Some Bitcoin YouTubers said Bitcoin never sleeps, and nor should you. I can not recommend not sleeping. I love my sleep, man. Wave 3 in a possible, so that's the thing. I can put a wave 3 target here on the chart. However, wave 3s can extend so far that it generally doesn't really make sense to try and estimate the target of 3. You're just waiting for a wave 4. Like all of these are wave 3 targets, and even if it passes the 4, you go to the 4.618, which I guess is in confluence with 5, the resistance we have there. Yeah, so any of these targets can be your 3. So yeah, pick your poison. That's why once you move into wave 3s, you just don't want to short. No financial advice. You know, feel free to short into a wave 3, but you have no idea how high it comes. once you get a 4, this is very tradable because you're looking still for one more high in a 5. So that's perfect. Same on the daily on Bitcoin. We're looking for a 4, which is just a sideways range between 90 and 100K pretty much, right? You're still looking for a 5 from a probabilities perspective because the highest volume is in the latest move up. So yeah, that's how you get your wave 3 targets, I suppose. Yo, what's up, Mark? How you doing, man? Thanks for popping in. WXYXZ came in with ZRX. I'm not sure if I actually have this. Am I going to have this? Maybe this will be requested more often. I'll add it. ZRX. Nope. Wow. Stablecoin. What an interesting chart, huh? Who would have thought? Okay. Oh, gotta put this. Um, 207. Yeah, ZRX. Wait, why is... Yeah, okay. Now, laten we eens kijken. Hallo? Speaking half Dutch, of course. Laten we eens kijken. Hallo allemaal. I'm so used to doing my introduction in English that I have difficulty just saying the same, translating it to Dutch. 4 is shorter than 2. 5, however, is bigger. That's wrong. Than 3. Overlap. Of course, like if you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have overlap. So you need to get into diagonals, but your 5 is longer than your 3. Expanding diagonals, but your 4 is shorter than your 2, which doesn't work. Then you moved below here, or below this one. So it's not like you can count 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, because your last 2 went below here. So might, because of like the fact it's like a very volatile, in a way very volatile, but also very sideways alt, we may have to count a potential diagonal here with a little bit of a grain of salt. But yeah, it's actually not too interesting to zoom out too much. So more interesting on the daily / local price action, as also here highest local volume in the recent move up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potential for a double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. That's more bullish, but your highest volume in your 3, you're still waiting to see a 4 and a 5. With regards to resistance, we are at a bit of a range. Touched. Okay, this is interesting, and it's a bit of a support resistance area. The point of control here is an important level, 300. Yeah, the point of control really is most interesting. The value area high though is in a bit of confluence with the daily, and currently we are at like just above the value area low, so we're attempting to enter the range, of course potentially flip it. Point of control, daily, next daily. But yeah, highest amount of volume, recent move up. You're still looking for 4/5s, so you're still looking for at least a bit higher. Mind the resistance areas here. This is the highest probability. Yeah. So, okay, guys, it is time for me to head off. You know, we can't go forever. I'm sorry. Tomorrow is another live stream though, but we've been online for 2 hours, 17:46 now. So I gotta go. I'm already like, because I streamed a lot longer than I initially expected. Yeah, like behind schedule arguably, but yeah. I'm sad. Like, I had a short order just at the box at 97.2, and I completely missed the volume profile here with the value area high here. Yeah, it would have been a nice one. Well. Ooh. So today we have done real ORDI, FET, BXX, VAI, INJ, OM, AVAX, MOG, NANO, CRV, and ZRX. I will put all the timestamps in. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin moving down, continuing the range. So on the daily, we are still looking for price to move to the upside and continue the trend. And locally here, your most bearish, where is it, quote unquote most bearish, would be diagonal 1, 2, and you look for a 3, 4, 5 in C below 90. ABC, and then afterwards you move up. We are still doing okay-ish for a triangle, but keep an eye on the invalidations, right? Invalidation below C. We hit the support, moved quite quickly to the upside. If you lose this support, then yeah, 90K is definitely increasing in probabilities. We don't have a lot going on between the boxes here, so traders as it come traded level to level, and on the daily we still look for price to move up. Yeah. Let me have a look. Other structures, WXY, flat or a triangle. Not too big. Like a flat would be, if you go below this box, it's difficult to look for flats in a Y. Triangle, too early to call triangles. A double zigzag, but then you need a 5, 3, 5, and this looks like a 3. So WXY, zigzag, nah, flat. Flat is a bit of an issue. You're going to move below the box. Triangle is sideways. That's too early. This triangle is still relevant. The zigzag is also relevant, but in time it's a bit longer than your A. You're already past the 1-to-1, but still valid. Bullish. Yeah, this is, where's my 1? Yo? Oh, there. Invalidation. This is not a high probability scenario though, the bulls. Oh wait, these are the same. Oh, okay. So yeah. Ooh, I'm tired. Oops, clean that up. There we go. Thanks for the likes, guys. 65. Okay. Yep, solid moves. Is there a scenario when we take 100K out and it's the 5th final wave? Yes. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. The moment you take out the high, your bearish scenario is finishing a 5 and then move down. Your bullish scenario is a couple of 4, 5s and then move down later. Maybe because you didn't drink hot chocolate today. No, but what I did get is my wife is like, I love the fact she's cooking all sorts of like new stuff, right? Like, and she had like this chocolate, like yogurt cacao with like like quote unquote healthy chocolate thing, and then she put caramel in there as well and some other things. It was actually really good, very filling. Maybe could do with maybe a bit of red fruit on top or inside, make it a bit more fresh. But that was good. That was good. Very, very, very filling, but it was good nonetheless. I ate it just before the stream. Yeah. So if by any chance I have not covered your request, make sure to check out the playlist, the altcoin playlist on my channel. As I put the altcoins here. Where is it? That's Bitcoin. Where's my altcoin list? Oh, here we go. Altcoin Elliott wave analysis. And then if you hover on top of the title, then you can see all of the alts. And this is literally, this is yesterday, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 6 days ago. So these are very recent, as with the alts, we focus on the higher time frame. So have a look. All the timestamps are in there as well. And with the live stream today, I will also put in the timestamps right now after shutting down. And then we're back at it again. Wait, tomorrow, where's my... Man, because I have a new phone, I now have two, and it's actually confusing because my iPhone is not yet set up properly with all of the stuff and whatnot. So I need to use the old and the new at the moment. Tomorrow, we do have family from South Africa arriving, but a live stream shouldn't be a problem. I'm not sure how late they arrive actually. So hopefully you enjoyed today's stream, and hopefully you like the camera. I'm thinking about the position. So now the position is a little bit on the side. I'm not sure if I want to maybe have it right above the light and the laptop that I have here. I think I do have the space for it. That's tough to figure out. So that's a problem for after the live stream. So yes, today we did real, like of course Bitcoin as always, but real ORDI, FET, BXX, VAI, INJ, OM, AVAX, MOG, MOG, NANO CRV ZRX, and at the end shortly looking at Bitcoin again. But you know, this is the daily, and locally the probabilities are higher to range, which we do. That's also the name of the thumbnail of the live stream. Okay, time for me to go. Problem with speaking. In what alt do you believe will stay besides ETH and Solana? I just trade the chart. I don't really know or focus on like, will they stay? Will they not stay? Like, the chart will give us all the information. So yeah. So Atom needs to take out resistance. Yeah, you want to have a weekly close, I guess. Or at least a close above resistance. If I set that on a weekly, then weekly close above, and then preferably retest. So why is Christian's comment pinned? Interesting. And then yeah, you look for higher. So yeah. So yeah, I just trade. I'm not really interested in the projects. Yeah. Bearish scenario short term, zigzag, and bullish after, wave 5. Yeah. A drop at 76, 77 K possible? No, because that's below the invalidation of wave 4. That would be a problem. Of course, it's possible, but it's not the highest probability. Yeah, above the laptop makes sense. Might be more engaging. Yeah, it might be more from. Yeah, I'm gonna have a look at that. Yeah, Naman. I mean, you need your own plan, right? So I probably said what I had to say, and on Atom then, and yeah, depending on what it does, you need a plan and a strategy, of course, to trade it. So yeah, flip resistance into support, change the structure, and then look for the next resistance. If the highest amount of volume is in the recent move up, you're still looking for wave 4 and 5, so still higher prices. Like bull markets are very easy on the high time frames. They can be tricky sometimes on the lower time frames if you want to pinpoint like exact entries, but generally they're easy to count. So yeah. Okay, on guard, yo. I'm out. I want to thumbs up, here. Birker, welcome. This is true chatting and Q&A. Now it's just the cam. For the ones that didn't notice, maybe I got a new webcam. Yeah, it's not the laptop one, but I might actually move it to behind the laptop so I can look up straight instead of sideways. I think that helps. Not confident enough. I understand what you're saying because that was my problem back in the day. So when I started, lots of psychology, the confidence will only come with execution. But if you execute, do not care about, I'm going to miss the bull market, I'm not going to make loads of money. There's always a next bull market. Your focus should be on execution, and you will know if you are too nervous to execute. So I'm looking at chat on my screen. With my prompter, I'm going to have the prompter around the webcam, so I'll be talking to you guys actually. But if you get that feeling of I enter and I'm nervous for it moving down, or you're too big, right? Like the position is too big. Not you are too big, but the position is too big. So start with a low position, have a nice big stop loss, and just let it go. Let it hit your stop. Let it run. Don't care about what Twitter says. Don't care about whatever dot indicator or like whatever is out there. Like, focus on yourself and your execution. It's the only way to build confidence is by being in the market. Right? So everyone online has their own plan, and you need to try and trust yours and your execution, but you'll only get there by actually executing. Yeah, lower your size. Don't care about missing a lot of money and whatnot in this market, because if you can get confident in this bull market, then when the next one comes, that's your chance. I wouldn't care about like missing money in this bull market, no? At all, because there's always going to be a next one. It might take a few years, but at least you prepare yourself and you know that next time, you're ready to execute. So I gave you my like. This is the best content ever. Thanks, Birker. Cheers, man. Thanks for popping in at the end. Do you prefer bull market or bear market from a trading perspective? bull market because the percentages are higher. So yeah. Of course, like in a bull market you can do a couple of 100%, but in a bear market you can't yeah, unless you go to zero, you can't go, but like you can't gain more than 100% in percentage wise. So a bull market you make more money generally. Yeah, it's like you are looking deep inside me. This phone is hard to get rid of, still working on it. New webcam works. Cheers. Yeah, Naman, again, I'll repeat, lower your position size and just execute. And if you are trading on a weekly or daily time frame, put in a position. I'm not a financial advisor, but lower your size to such an amount that you don't get nervous if you lose. Put in a stop loss, right? Put a stop loss in. Put your position in. Have a target, right? Maybe a TP1 target. And then go to another chart and have a new position, but make sure your risk in total is just low, right? It doesn't mess around with your mind. Okay, you gotta be part of the market. You gotta execute. So you gain more in time with the bear market. Yeah, experience for sure. But percentage wise, the bull markets give you more percentage gains. A bear market, I think, like, of course, you have many people that enter in bull markets, and then once the bear market is there, they're out of the market, and I'm like, why? Bear market is great. Yeah, it's great to trade in a bear market. But I guess like people tend to be on the buying side compared to shorting. So I don't care. I can short and long, doesn't matter. Jij moet eerst ophangen. Yeah. So okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks for hanging out here at the end as well. A little bit of chatting. Hopefully you like the quality of the new webcam. I'm gonna put it behind the laptop, see how that is. Tomorrow, of course, not a video, not a live stream. I have some new stuff that arrived today. Not sure if I can set it up to increase some other stuff, like other quality related things of the live stream. Sure, like our house is an Amazon depot, many boxes. But yeah, thanks for being here, and I'm gonna catch you at the next one.